Okay.
More people pop on or no?
No, I think, the recording. So,
Okay.
my
So
God.
last year you wanted to know what we believe. So this is what I believe. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, said the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Some will tell you differently. There are counselors who will tell you trauma and injuries will always weaken you and eventually kill you. Those who know me know that my beliefs sometimes land on the opposite side of the accepted norms. I had several accidents involving serious injuries to bones. I was told by some orthopedics that I might never walk upstairs, on sand, or anywhere without a limp. Good thing I used a doctor who pieced me together with plates and pins and screws and wires. There, he said, stronger than ever. It will never break in that spot again. There are many ways to get stronger, mentally, physically, spiritually, faithfully, and by stubborn, unrelenting willpower. That last one is my go-to. Stephen Hawking, the theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author of The Origins and Structure of the Universe, used sheer mind power to discover secrets of the universe when his body completely failed him from ALS. Using only the blink of an eye, he taught the world about the unknown universe around us. By him pointing out the vastness of the universe, I was able to put into context the losing of my daughter. Her passing ripped out a piece of my heart, the flesh of my flesh, the blood of my blood. My faith in God and the fairness of the plan was all but destroyed. Cancer moved back into my body to eat away at my bones. But I believe I'm stronger than that. I believe that by willpower and stubbornness, I could make sense of it all and find meaning. I will fight to the end of every abused woman being destroyed by evil beings. It's my way. I'll fight for them, every one of them. My friends on the other side of the coin use faith, spirit, meditation, and energy to get stronger. Crippled by disease, they summons the power to smile, to show up, to spread cheer and hope. They ring bells and they chant. They talk and they listen. I believe that whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Whatever it takes, whatever form it takes, this I believe. And I have a postscript to this. I wrote it after I wrote the original essay. My mom is weakened to the point of near death. She is not getting any stronger. Some might say that at 85, it's the age that's the cause. I know better. She has survived cancer, diabetes, had 2 heart attacks and 2 hip replacements in her 80s. She survived the loss of parents, siblings, her granddaughter, and 2 husbands. She has faith that God is taking care of her. She knows she will be in a better place. In fact, she thinks she's already there. She told me her mother just gave her a new blouse and a haircut. Her mother died in 1986. What did her in and what she can't survive is the isolation. 2 years alone in a room with only nurses gowned in masks peeking in on her. 2 years of not knowing how to turn on the radio to listen to music or the TV to watch the world spin, or how to dial and answer a phone to speak to families and friends. My mom has always been a people person, and the loss of connections to other is what will kill her and not make her stronger. She always loved Spanish people, their music, their culture. She doesn't speak the language, she never did. But when she was a real girl, she made up words that sounded like Spanish. I found a few pages in a journal that she wrote a couple of years ago. The last page said, "Adios, amigos. Goodbye, my friends."
Wow.
That's it. Adios.
That was absolutely beautiful, Nancy. Oh my gosh. Touches so many strings of my heart. Talk about, the music of life and the beauty and the tragedy and the tears. Hmm. Thank you for sharing. I'm still digesting.
So am I.
Oh, that was beautiful. Hmm.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Hi, Nana.
Nancy, I'm so glad I got to hear it. I needed to hear that.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes I experience just a tiny bit of what all of you talk about. And I can flash, I don't know if it's the future or the past, but it just, some memories just flash in my mind when you guys bring up certain things or certain words or certain memories of your own. And I don't know why, but then my own come up and a flood of emotions also appear. So thank you for making me real. Because when I go to work, I just am a robot. And I try not to think so I can get through my day. I need to come here more often in the morning so that I don't feel like a robot at the end of the day. So I appreciate it.
Hmm.
And I need to see the edited version too.
I'll send you the postscript.
Okay.
Always amazing, Nancy. You never cease to amaze and drill as deep as you possibly can. And I, for one, am very appreciative of that and of your friendship.
Thank you.
That was really heartfelt.
I'm a
on
Taurus. They're
all
stubborn.
levels.
Nancy.
Nancy, go ahead, Letitia.
Okay. Nancy, I'm very, very touched by this. And in your writing, as in who you are, we feel the strength. Good Lord, we feel the strength and we feel the love and the passion and the love without any conditions. And it's a strong love. It's not a little love, you'll be okay. It's a very strong love. So I'm at a loss for words, as you can see, but I really loved it, really loved it. And how you bridge across the generations. And we can see your mother was also extremely powerful, and so are you, and so was your daughter, and you bring it all together, and it's just love overflowing. I was just wondering, you said, I heard that your mother is 84. I thought she was 85. I thought she was 95.
She got heart attacks and hip replacements in her 80s, but she's 95.
Okay.
So she survived all of that in her 80s.
Imagine, good Lord.
She's strong, yeah.
And thank goodness you have that strength to share with us and to be an inspiration. Thank you. Now I'm going to cry.
Yes, Nancy, you've been an inspiration for so long. Things that you share, always just so inspirational, amazing, the wisdom, and I honor that, and I absolutely honor your warrior spirit, your mother's warrior spirit, all that the both of you have gone through, and you continue to step forward, and doesn't matter what other people's perception is, you own your perception of your life and how you see life itself. And I really admire that. And I honor your spirit so much. and the most powerful warrior. Yeah, isolation can take them down. My mother was in the same situation, 94, isolated. It's tough. It's just really, really tough. But on another note, you know, when they leave here, they give up the soul, releases the body. They're no longer confined to this physical existence, and they're in a better place. But while they're here, while she's here, while you're here, absolutely honor your warrior spirit. I honor it so much, and continue to be who you are, because even when it seems like people don't agree with you, it's okay, because they, on some level where they are, they hear your words, they hear what you say, and it registers. And when it's time for them to actually own it for themselves, they do. They do. So just keep being who you are. I know you are. I know you are going to just continue to be who you are. So, I love you, Nancy. I love you.
Mm. Johan.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy.
Mm.
I admire you and your strength, and I would like to have a slice of that, a slice of strength more than I have. And I will never forget your words when it's on wailing and something, you know, or you always find the right words, wailing, and what was the other one? I often think of you when I hear people complain, and I think of you, Nancy. Yeah, I really admire you, and I want to know where you get your power from. And thank you for your postscript. Today, 3 years ago, my mother died, and looking back, I say this was 2019. I'm happy that she didn't make this COVID time, because she wouldn't understand nothing. And so she made it before COVID, and I'm happy for that, because she would be completely lonely.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
Hmm.
Yeah, this was, it really touched my heart deeply as well, Nancy. As others have said, you're just so inspiring, because you have that energy. As you said, you're a Taurus. You have such strength and grounding and earth energy, that you're just sort of you're here to take action, right? You are a doer on this planet, and we see that just from how we've gotten to know you, even seeing you at your party, your house. It was just remarkable. I mean, you were just, your energy that you had that day that was shining out, but just to do what you wanted to do, to share your beautiful home and garden and have us all be there, was beyond what I think most people can do. But your story that you just share with us, which sort of puts it all together with a lot of little things you've shared over the past couple of years, but it put it together so clearly to illustrate, your true soul and your strength. That's like, like I said, like Johan, I'm like, I would love to be able to have a part of your strength. I mean, we're all strong people here, but you are definitely a pillar of strength for your family. And it was so beautiful, the connection with your mom. I mean, like, I'm sort of speechless today. I don't know. It's hard to articulate, because it was just, it just makes, I guess I have to process, you know, a little bit more. Today also would have been my dad's 89th birthday. He died 5.5 years ago. And today also my best friend's father passed away last year on this day. And it's true. It's like we try as human, you have that extreme resilience, you know, you have it. We continue as humans because of resilience, but you show it so strongly, more than I think a lot of people that, you know, I've experienced, that unbelievable resilience, that going through what you've gone through, you're able to pull us all up to get through what we're going through. And the loneliness, I mean, it's true. My mom did everything that she could to keep my dad to stay at home, which was beyond what should have been done. But because I think we all feel we need to keep people close to us, you know, as long as we can. But your mom has that inner strength, and I'm really glad that she's feeling she's in the right place now, seeing her mom visit with gifts. You know, I think that's the best we can hope for at the moment. And it is really touching. So thank you, Nancy, for sharing like these very intimate moments regarding your daughter and your mom. And it's just it's beyond touching. Thank you. Love you.
Whenever you speak, Lee, I'm like, yeah, that's ditto. That's what I wanted to say. You always put it in such nice words. Sometimes it doesn't come out of me like that, but thank you. That was very beautiful the way you shared.
Thank you.
I loved your story, and like everyone said, it just touched on so many different layers and levels, and I even love the title of "What Doesn't Kill Us Will Make Us Stronger," because I do believe that as well, especially what we went through or going through, and it has made us stronger, and it has changed our perspectives and our, you know, it's changed a lot for us, and I'm a loss for words as well. But I really appreciate you sharing some heartfelt memories and of your daughter and of your mother and how much you've gone through. It is inspiring and does give me strength and does make us seem like we don't have that much on our plate, or we really don't, it's not so big what we're going through. And I loved also when you shared about I didn't know about that health issue with the bones, and you would never, you know, walk normally again or walk with a limp. And that's a beautiful piece of information. I think you said something about the doctor said it would never break in the same place again. Like, so that's even, were you going to say something?
Well, that's what inspired me. That's what triggered this whole train of thought. I could still hear that surgeon. I was crushed to pieces, to chalk, and they brought other surgeons in to see how this one surgeon pieced my leg together. And they were so happy. They had to show them the x-rays because they couldn't believe that he could put it all together. And they gave me all the warnings, you know, you won't be able to flex your ankle, you won't be able to bend your foot to go up a stair. So I was probably in my late 40s at the time. So I said, oh yeah, watch this. So I spent about 1.5 years in physical therapy. And then we went to the Outer Banks of the Carolinas and found the highest sand dune in the United States. And I walked up it to the top. I sent a picture to the physical therapist and the doctors that told me, no, this will never happen. So I have that part of challenge me and I'm going to prove you wrong. Sometimes it's hard to summons that. Sometimes I think, oh, what's the sense? Just give up. But there's always that spark in me that says, no, not yet. I'll show you. So that's where that came from. I debated about writing this whole thing. I was going to write something airy-fairy because the original, this, I believe, essay said to keep it light, keep it positive, keep it everything, but I'd rather keep it real.
And that's what we love about you. But yeah, with that part when you, in the essay, really struck me when you talked about that bone and how, I think you said that the bone doesn't break in the same place twice. And that goes to show the strength and the resilience, not only of you and of each of us, but of the body, and how strong that we are and how we can overcome what doctors say we can't overcome.
Mhm.
I just thought that was a beautiful, really resonated with me, that piece. Also with RD going through a lot, there was a lot of things the doctor said, oh, you'll never do this, or you never do that, or, you know, don't get out of bed, or, you know, and he's kind of like you, and he's like not going to listen to anyone. And it just goes to show the strength and the resilience of the human mind and of the body.
You just have to know which ones to listen to.
Yes.
Don't listen to them all. They're not all right. Some of them have great advice, but I chose to listen to this one.
Right.
And I can still hear him saying it.
And then I also loved in your essay how you threw in Stephen Hawkins, because that story always is touching for me, and how much he accomplished without a body and with just his eyes, like you mentioned. And you know, RD recently had a consultation with a lady who is living with someone with ALS and only has use of his eyes and mouth, I think.
Right.
And how he now communicates with a computer, that you can actually look in the computer with your eyes and speak with, like, technology is freaking phenomenal. But that will and that strength to hold on and to live, because he still has, you know, young children and he wants to be there for them, having only the use of your eyes. That Stephen Hawkins and this man that we just heard about, Sandy, just really inspired me and really got me out of my own little box of feeling down, because it's like I have nothing to feel down about. You know, it's just amazing what people go through, and the little things or stories you hear to give you inspiration to get to that next level, or be like, I have no problems. You know, what I'm going through is nothing in comparison. So thank you for sharing your story and for your strength and your, I really appreciate it and love you.
I was listening, but Bruce came in behind me and he was talking to me. I heard everything you said, Heather. Thank you. He was talking to me behind me.
I was just rambling. No, I'm very inspired by your story, and I'm inspired that you brought up your daughter, because none of us can imagine going through that unless you've been through that. But that's got to be the worst of all, and for you to still have strength and resilience and still have a sense of humor. I love your sense of humor, and I think that's also another piece that keeps us going and keeps us strong.
As far as the sense of humor, we went to visit her grave, and at her funeral, I have a friend that's a psychic, and my friend Isabel said to me, your daughter has a message for you. And I said, what's the message? And I thought she was going to say, you know, I'll always love you, or this, that, or anything else. She goes, the message is, water my fucking flowers. So I said, okay. So this week we went to the gravesite to check on things, you know, to plant the fall flowers. And Bruce had put cleomes in that normally grow about 15 inches. We get to the line of headstones and you couldn't see her headstones. The cleomes were 3 foot tall. It was, she was the only one in the row that had her fucking flowers watered. Everything else was dry. She was a construction worker, so she had a potty mouth. But it made me laugh because her flowers covered the whole stone.
I love that. Thank you.
Well, I just want to just say one of the images from your story is about bones. And, you know, bones, broken, but bones can be mended. And here I am going through bones, but bones also represent our structure. And here we are, our structure. You know, if we can maintain that, you know, that little bit of strength to, you know, to keep the bones, you know, moving, you know, keep us moving. And here we are. And I don't know, bones seems to kind of resonate in my mind at the moment. And I could see the plates and I can see the connections, but I can also see the Eiffel Tower, and I can see, you know, a lot of other images that represent us, the bones. So, there's so much more I need to to ponder upon, but I'm right there. I'm at a loss of words. So
My, I always talk about my grandma Goldie, and we used to say she was made out of cast iron. Like you, she had a very severe accident. She was crossing Queens Boulevard in the rain and she was smashed, and they wanted to send her home. Anyway, first they said, no, you'll never walk again. And she got up and she walked with a walker. And then it was a cane, and then it was nothing. And of course, they told her, no, no, no. And we said, she's made out of cast iron because she had, and I, in a way, continues to have, because she's so iconic and important to me, this will, this iron will that I believe she gave to her descendants. Nancy, you have that iron will, and I congratulate you for that. It's not something that gets handed out to just anybody, because I think it takes a very special person to understand it and understand what's happening around them to be able to have that iron will. So I knew, like, when we first met, there was something that about you, the way that you spoke or whatever, that seemed so familiar. And then when you were talking about your accident, I said, oh, now I know she's made of cast iron.
hmm. And Miss Rita, any thoughts?
Oh, everyone has just said so much wonderful things. I just totally agree. And Nancy, you're an absolute inspiration. Love. I've always liked that saying too. You know, being in the workplace, that's what kept me going, working as an executive in city hospitals. And, you know, I really love what you said. You really inspired me again to keep thinking about that and to remember that, you know, and your sharing with family is just wonderful. You do come from a strong family, strong blood, strong bones. And yeah, we really appreciate you're always sharing, and you're always sharing wonderful things. So love and hugs. Thanks so much.
Hmm.
Thank you for that. I'm not a talker at home. I don't talk to anybody about this stuff, not even Bruce. So it says something that this place that you've created with this particular group of people allows people to say whatever, good, bad, and different. It's a special place. So thank you all.
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I agree, because sometimes I don't talk about stuff and I feel like I can say anything and not feel, I mean, I'm sure sometimes I'm judged or say things, but like I feel free and open in this group, and I feel like you guys will still be here the next day, even if I said something stupid or not, you know, something silly. Or so thank you for sharing that, Nancy. I feel the same.
So Miss D, our Florida girl.
Hi. I've been kind of hanging on to say anything. I think I was protected by coming in a little bit late. Um, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just don't know how you do it.
Okay.
Your strength is monumental. And I've never known anybody like you and RD in my whole life. I've never known anybody I didn't know was possible to withstand so much and still be able to keep going and still be able to help others and be so functional and helpful in the universe still with everything that you guys carry. I just can't even imagine it for myself. And like I said, I'm gonna have to watch the recording of the beginning. And maybe it's better that I do that alone. I just love you so much. And thank you. Thanks for being the most unbelievable example of human strength and fortitude. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry. All you have to do right now is board up those windows and get some cases of water and some flashlights and deal with the immediate. Don't worry about all the rest. Just take care of yourself. That storm's coming in. Do what has to be done right now today. Don't worry about the rest.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. You're comforting me. It's so you. It's so good. You're amazing. I just love you so much, Nancy. You're such such an inspiration and such a goal to achieve. You know, to be like you and to be like RD gives me so much strength. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you for being vulnerable and for letting it out. It's good release.
Thanks. I was trying to wait until I could handle it, but it was just too big. This one was too big. Thank you.
I'm going to try to speak. Even though I have not always agreed with you, Nancy, I absolutely admire your strength, and it goes way beyond that. Isolation is a killer. I've been very isolated, and I don't know how I would have gotten through this pandemic if not for all of you and your inspiration and companionship and my friendship with Jochen at the time. Was, you know, all an incredible lifesaver for me. Getting back to New York will be a big help to me. I don't see I'll be moving into Manhattan. I just don't want to live in a small space. Not at this stage in my life. When I have a choice. I'm looking at places in Forest Hills, and the spaces are fabulous, and I think, you know, and I can walk out the door, and I'm familiar with it. I lived in Forest Hills years ago for a few years. But yeah, that really, you cut to the core, to my core, Nancy. And it's really painful to come face to face with all of that and everything you've been through. And my God, your strength. I mean, I have been very strong in my life, but maybe it's the isolation, but I've lost a lot of it. I just some days don't see the point of going on. You know, why struggle? For what? For who? And I'm in awe of you, Nancy. I always have been. As I am all of you, really, everyone has so much to give and offer and have been through so much. We're not, you know, we're all experienced adults and we've all been through our, you know, the nooks and crannies of our lives, to put it in a silly way. I'm honored to know you. I'm so grateful that I was able to be at the incredible garden. I'm looking for the word. I can't find it. Your garden party, to be conservative about it, your garden party. And you're amazing. And I've looked at you and I know you from bells, and I know you from things that you've said. That's basically it. And there's so much I don't know, and learned a little more about today. But nevertheless, I looked at you and I'm saying, how does she do it? How is it possible? I mean, you are always busy, which helps. You have a lot to do. You keep your hands full. You have a great support. Bruce is the guy. And yeah, I'll just say thank you for sharing your life and your strength. And I'm just so grateful to know you. Thank you.
Just count the little boxes on this Zoom screen. You're never alone. Thank Gardy and Heather for making it possible. I can count 9 friends on my screen right now. I'm sure if I scroll, there's more there. So yeah, you get by with a little help from your friends.
Thank you, Nancy. And all my friends.
Oh,
Thank you.
well, thank you, Nancy, for hijacking this meeting. I appreciate it very, very much. And,
Are you sure about that?
yes, I am. I'm very sure about it.
Excuse me for 1 minute, but Nancy hijacked the meeting. Are you hijacking it back or is Nancy still in control here? I just want to be clear about it. I mean, I'm not trying to start any trouble or anything.
You would never do that, Sue.
No. And
I don't
I'm
go
gonna
down
mute
easy.
myself right now. Here, look.
Well, Nancy, is it okay for me to take the controls of the airplane?
Did you want to do the meditation, Nancy?
No. I'll just leave you with this kung fu lesson. It doesn't matter if you fall down 8 times as long as you get up 9.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So,
And yes, we are very happy with your essay and your reading, and that people were vulnerable and felt emotion. And I think it's a huge release and a huge healing. So I want to thank you for that. And I love the essay, and it brings up many layers and levels for me as well. But it was very strong and inspirational. So thank you very much for sharing.
and I like what Ann Beth said. You really cut to the core. So that sword went right through, but at the same time, you didn't, our hearts are still here together. So, which is very beautiful, so beautiful. And I'm so grateful for all of you. And this is, yes, we have a very, very special group here. Very special group. And,
I think you would be good at leading the meditation, Nancy.
I used to do it in my Tai Chi classes, but it just doesn't sound right with my accent.
It's not.
It's not soothing and calming. It's like, clear your mind, God damn it. I think we're better off with RD.
But that works too. That works too.
And we're going to the mountains where it's cool. We're not sitting on a hot beach. Damn it.
Forget the beach.
Forget the beach.
Oh, that's funny. Some people don't.
Someday I'll write you a meditation.
Nancy,
You
you'd be
can
good
start
at
today.
Nancy, you'd definitely be good at jostling our chi.
That's for sure.
I'll give her a certificate of chi jostling.
I missed that particular
Oh.
day, so
So
I
did
I have to catch up on what that means.
Yes. Well, I'm gathering all the recordings.
You
and-
missed the
Okay.
striptease act.
Sorry.
No,
Sue
no.
started with a striptease act, and then she did her essay, and then she did the meditation. She took over the entire Bells. It was amazing.
I gotta
I
see it.
missed it too. I missed it.
We
Yeah,
started
we got-
the recording after the striptease, unfortunately.
You what?
I kind of missed it too because I was just like, I had to do it. So I missed it too.
What did you say, Heather?
We unfortunately started the recording after the striptease act. But it was hysterical. She had us laughing, she had us crying, she had us relaxing. It was all encompassing.
Excellent.
So, well, I'm going
Thank you, Nancy.
So that's interesting. Not everyone likes to go to the beach.
Okay. Well, that's why I try to give you options.
And Beth's laughing. You can go wherever you want.
I give you options.
Except that if you're telling me, okay, imagine you're at the beach, I cannot be at the mountain because, I've programmed myself or I'm listening, I'm docile. So there I am at the beach, or there I am in a Chinese gazebo thinking, how did I get here?
You always have choices.
Mhm.
You can go wherever you want. Say, I'm not going to the beach today. I'm going to the mountains.
Oh. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Nancy. And so,
RD,
yes.
can you just include my brother Jeff in the meditation. I just got a message from my mom. He went into the hospital just as we started. Thanks.
And Bill as well. Tammy's partner had 2 heart procedures yesterday. One
Oh.
went well, one they're hoping went well, but it was like 4 hours instead of 2 hours.
Oh
And
no.
so his name is Bill. We could put him in as well.
Okay.
Jeff and Bill.
Mm,
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll definitely include that. And Barbara, would you mind doing the closing at the end? Is that okay? I always love listening to your closing. So let's just relax and breathe. Put your feet flat on the floor. Calm our minds and relax your entire being. Breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. And let's begin our time together with the ringing of the bell. Open our hearts, open our minds, open our palms, and just listen. Listen to the universe. Listen to Mother Nature. Listen to God. And as we sit here together, feeling the strength, the courage, and resilience of the human spirit, just breathe. Open ourselves. Connect and just see ourselves as the lotus flower and the roots of our flower going down through the waters into the mud, and from the mud nurtures us. Welcoming nutrients of love and gratitude and support and strength to create this beautiful bloom. Breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. The waters are churning. The skies are gray. But we as the lighthouse, we are standing strong, shining our light. And send our prayers to Jeff and to Bill and to Nancy's mom, Gigi, that they can feel the support and the love and the gratitude. And just continue breathing gently, sending the light from the lantern of the lighthouse. Breathe. And just listen. Listen to the prayers. Listen to the wind. And Barbara, can you share and listen? God harm. God harm. God harm. The heart clears the way. The heart clears the way. God's healing for Jeff. God's healing for Bill. God's healing for G.
heart clears the way. The heart clears the way. Om. Om. Umi doli mi do do be na ro do ni ra do. E son di be da di do ba na do. Uli di. Om Yeshito Liberitum, Sita Liberitu Bailado y Molidoro, Ilu, Misora e Barirutum, Bain Sere Baridurum, Om. Om God Harmony. Om. God's light for Jeff. God's light for Bill. God's light for G. God's light for all. God is love. God is peace.
And so it is. Thank you so much. It was beautiful, Barbara. Hmm.
One love, one love, one life.